to discuss a couple of things today, mainly the AN-94 that's just made its way into Battlefield 4. I'm kind of not sure if I like it as much as I thought I was going to, but maybe that's just because we were spoilt with how good it was in Battlefield 3, I don't know, but I do still really like it a lot, and I just want to talk about it a little bit today, not too much though, I don't want to bore you. But first off, I do want to apologise if my voice is a little bit different today. I was out at a wedding last night for someone that I used to work with a few years ago, and I had far too much to drink, and as you'd expect, I'm sitting here right now with a raging headache, wishing the world would just like swallow me up. So if it sounds a little bit different, then I'm really sorry. I've done the best I can to make it sound normal, but you know, with hangovers, it just never goes very well. But the gameplay itself I recorded a few days back, so hopefully that won't end up looking too rubbish. But yes, the AN-94. This is a weapon that I think a lot of people were expecting to be in Battlefield 4 when it first came out, from day one. But it wasn't. It would have made sense, because at the time, the only other burst-fire assault rifle available in the assault class was the M16A4, which, I'll be honest, I wasn't really that impressed with, mainly because it wasn't the ungodly powerful A3 variant, which saw a massive following get behind it in Battlefield 3. But now that we have the AN-94, the thing we've actually wanted, is it all that it was hyped up to be? And is it as amazing as we thought that it would be, not having known what it would be like until it was introduced? I mean, yeah, you could play with it in the CTE, but everything got tweaked before it got shoved into the main game. I'm not sure if I like it as much as I thought I was going to, and having been waiting since October the 29th, 2013, when Battlefield 4 came out, for this thing to make its way into the game, is it really that good? I mean, I'm not sure, so let's have a chat about it. I've got some Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 in the background today, because I spent a lot of time with the AN-94 in Battlefield 3, but actually, to be honest, I spent more time with the thing in Bad Company 2, but I didn't want to put any Bad Company 2 footage here because that would ruin what I've got coming up in a couple of weeks' time. That subtle hint right there. But yeah, in Battlefield 3, the AN-94 was, without a doubt, an absolute powerhouse. The recoil was fairly easy to control, and as long as you fired it right, which I'll get onto in a minute, the gun was just it was just amazingly accurate and fantastic to use. At least for me, anyway, because the consensus seems to be that the AN-94 has like this love-hate relationship within the Battlefield community. There are plenty of people that were really excited when they saw the AN-94 was making its way back with this weapon DLC that we've got, but there were a lot of other people as well that were just like, nah, it's nothing special really. And I think that if you get to grips with the AN-94 and you actually understand how the weapon is supposed to work, which is what I think a lot of people don't understand, which is maybe why they don't like it, I'm pretty confident you will like it if you know how to use it. Weapons like the Ace-23 and the M416, they fire fully automatic rounds. It feels pretty awesome when you go on a kill streak, let's put it that way. There's always a temptation in games to like go around killing people as fast as you can, reload, get a few more kills, and with the two guns that I just mentioned, that can be massively fun. But with the AN-94, you can't do that. When it's in burst fire mode, you can't do that. If you leave it in fully automatic, then you're just not using the weapon right at all. Because the weapon is firing 2 bullets in one burst, you might think spamming the button as fast as you can is going to help you take down the enemy any quicker, which it really doesn't. Because you're firing 2 bullets with a click, if they land, you know you've done some serious damage there, and you know clicking again is probably going to kill them. But don't spam the button. Why? Well, you don't need to. The first thing that you should know about the AN-94 is to burst the thing slow and steady. If you're a fair distance from the enemy, then those bullets are almost certain to hit its target. And I think another good way of using this weapon is, obviously you're using that medium to long range advantage that comes with the burst fire nature of the AN-94, is if you stand still as much as you can when you're shooting. I mean, this is pretty key for most sort of engagements within Battlefield 4. It's well known, if you stand still, then you're going to get an accuracy bonus. If you're strafing or moving about or hip firing, then your aim's just going to go all over the place and your accuracy is massively reduced. But with the AN-94, because of the way that it fires, if you fire it slow and steady and standing still, then you can consecutively hit 6 or 8 bullets into the enemy and you know you're going to take them down. And there's no chance that you're going to spray a few bullets one side or spray a few the other, because every time you hit that button it resets the recoil of the weapon. So if you're doing it slow and steady, you let the weapon reset to the middle of the screen and then you fire your next shot because you know exactly where it's going to go. And like I just said, because you're going to be using it at those medium to longer ranges, you're going to want to stick a sight on there that complements that. So put an ACOG on there or another 3x scope, 4x scope, whatever you want to use. But I wouldn't really recommend using a red dot sight because it just doesn't quite feel like it fits, at least for me anyway, because I'm trying to use it at those medium and long ranges. I want to be able to see my target, but I want to keep my distance as much as possible. So if you stick that 3 or 4x optic on there, then you've got yourself a good deal. So, number 1, use the AN-94 at long range. Number 2, use a high-powered optic. Number 3, take it slow and steady. If you follow those 3 rules, then I'm pretty confident that you will start liking this thing. I really like the weapon in Battlefield 3. It's not quite the same relationship in Battlefield 4. It's not as good, but it still feels pretty epic to use it, and I'm glad that we finally got it into the game. I'm going to keep the thing in my loadout as much as I can, really, because I want to try and get a feel for it in a lot more situations so I can become even better with this weapon. But I'll be honest, the only other assault rifle that I really enjoy using is the M416 right now, and I don't know why, but just some of the other rifles that are in the class just aren't that compelling, or I'm not using them right, which is probably closer to the point, actually. In fact, if you've got any cool loadouts with assault rifles in the assault class that you do really well with because you're an amazing Battlefield player, or you just really like using because you think they're cool, then could you leave them in the comments today, because I'd like to try some new loadouts. And I got a comment a couple of videos ago that people didn't really like me using the ACWR all the time. I kind of use it quite a lot, and I used it about 3 videos in a row, and somebody got a little bit annoyed. They wanted me to switch up the gameplay. Yeah, I get that, and I understand that you want to see different things, but if you want to, like, suggest something to me, then that's cool. I'll probably take it on and try and use it. If I like it, then there's a chance it'll end up in my video. And one other thing I am going to mention, I'm encroaching on 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which frankly is an amazing achievement, and it wouldn't be possible without all of you guys right now watching this video. I do have something special planned for that target, but I'm now in the process of moving house as well. I'm moving out of my parents' house where I've lived for 20 years, and I'm moving in with my girlfriend Jess into a flat that's about 3 miles away from where we live now. So it's going to take a little bit of time for us to move everything that we own into this new flat. And unfortunately, the plan that I had for 100,000 subscribers requires me to have my PC set up and using it. And of course I can't do that if I'm in the middle of moving house. Perfect timing as always. But I will post something, and I'm pretty sure you know what it is by what I've just said. But if it's not exactly at 100,000 subscribers, then you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to have to set it up to make it look right, and I can't do that if I'm in the middle of moving. But I will do something for 100,000 subscribers, and I think I'm going to have to do a giveaway as well. I've got some products on their way to me right now. Pretty cool products, actually, and they'll probably benefit somebody out there. So I'll probably do a giveaway as well, but that's not finalised yet. That's about it for today, but as it's the weekend, I've set myself up a sale over at g2a.com/r/Westy sale. That's right, a new link. And if you go over there and have a browse, there's a link in the description for you. There's games like The Witcher 3 up there for just 18 quid, or Far Cry 4 for 15 quid. There's plenty of stuff there that you'll find at the best price anywhere. I don't think you can find it anywhere cheaper. As I said, the link's in the description. Oh, and if you use the code WEST, then you'll get an additional discount as well. I think it's about 3%. That doesn't sound like much, but at the end of the day, you're still paying like ridiculously low prices for some of the best games out there. So if you want to go check it out, there's a link in the description. But thanks very much for watching. If you could leave me a like and a comment, that'd be much appreciated. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.